Hey guys, welcome to another YouTube video and welcome to a new series that I'm going to be starting up over the course of 2024, and on the screen it's very self-explanatory. It is Motorsport Talk, where I talk, itself also explains on the screen. I talk a lot about motorsport, explain about other motorsport series, and other motorsport topics in general. And for this first episode, since of course it is the first round of a new Repco Supercars Championship season, I thought to myself to go through some of the changes. So apologies for that. Just ignore that. That's 2024, not 2023. That's my mistake. So pretty much. So I'll run you through all the changes for the 2024 season, and explain to you what these are. So let's run straight through it. So first off, full course yellow. So pretty much it's basically similar to a virtual safety car in Formula One. So the rules here basically is written on the screen here. So basically it says drivers within the 15 seconds of the full course yellow being deployed, they have 15 seconds to slow down to 80 kilometers an hour, and then they engage the speed limiter for a full course yellow. Now I don't know if it's the same if the pit limiter and the pit lane speed limiter and button and the full course yellow button are the same, or are they different buttons on the steering wheel? I still don't know. But at this point, it will be limited to 80 k's. It's basically similar to a sort of delta thing that they use in Formula One, and also, if necessary, much like Formula One, that full course yellow period can be replaced by an actual safety car employment. So basically, that if it's an accident or something like that, or someone gets beached in the gravel trap or something like that, then I'm trying to figure the name here. Race control. That's what I meant. The race control can deploy the actual deploy full course yellow period, and then they can if that car specifically needs to be towed away, then they can deploy the safety car. So that is just a full example of that there. Another small rule change: main drivers starting enduros. Now mainly you've seen in the past potential for both the primary driver and the co-driver to start the race like the Sandown 500, and particularly the Bathurst 1000. No more. Only the primary drivers like the Mostards, the Feeneys, the Browns, the Waters. Those drivers have to start the car. They have to, because I would presume for those reasons, like in 2022 Bathurst 1000, we don't want that even though it's fun for us fans, for those guys inside the Supercars fraternity, they don't want that. So that is why the main drivers now start the enduros like Sandown and Bathurst. That is the thing. These two rules are, you guys sort of won't get it I'm starting to wrap my head around this as well. The engine service. Now there's a rule now where Supercars engines now must require or must achieve a minimum of 5,000 kilometers to seal removal to be permitted for minor service, or in this case, 8,000 kilometers for major service. Back in 2023, it was only, and the minimum service was 4,000 kilometers. So I still trying to wrap around this as well. I'm the same with you guys. hopefully during the course of the weekend, that rule might be explained at some point over the course of this weekend. The big one, the biggest one for me, is live pit lane. The live pit lane. Now, it's from the very start of the championship. It's always been the pit lane order has always been based off of the previous year's team's championship position. But that's not anymore. That's not anymore now. So from this opening round here at the Bathurst 500, it's going to be settled on 2023 Teams Championship order. So Erebus, Triple Eight, Brad Jones Racing, so on and so forth, down to the Blanchard Racing team. From the second round onward, from the second round at Albert Park onwards, it's going to be based off live Teams Championship position. So let me show you an example here. So this was the 2023 Teams Championship order on your left here. So of course, go to Erebus, Brad Jones Racing. It's all garage order, by the way. This is all garage order that is going to be at the Bathurst 500. So you got Brad Jones Racing, you got Tickford, DJR, WAU, the Grove Racing, Team 18, Premier Racing, MSR, and of course BRT. What I've got on me right here is, for example, if Adelaide was the first round of the championship, and this would be round 2, and this would be, and look at this, Grove Racing at the top. The top 4 would all be Ford teams. I don't like that, to be honest. But anyways, Grove Racing would be at the top, and so that and that means they would have the end garage slot at the end of the pit lane. That is a huge advantage because if you're in the middle garages, that's when you get all the congestion, the chaos in the pit lane during races, and of course qualifying. You're the last team or one of the first teams to set a lap in qualifying, and also you can watch all the other teams go, oh, look at all this stuff that's going on in the pit lane here. So that is a massive advantage here, and now it's a more bigger advantage than ever now with this live pit lane rule. So that is it. So those are new rules now. So last year we had 25 cars, of course, 14 Chevys and 11 Fords. That is been reduced this year to 24 cars. 24 cars. Why, you may ask? This year, so 2023, Tickford had 4 cars, and only Blanchard Racing had the 1 car. This year, Tickford have downsized to 2 cars. One of their cars has gone to Blanchard Racing team. The other one has gone back to Supercars with this whole chartered rec system. Hopefully at some point that car hopefully will get purchased by another team, hopefully in the future. Key people here. These are the 2 key changes in months. Here. So Adrian Burgess, he was the head of Supercar, the head of motorsport for Supercars, and he has done for so many years, even during the time when Gem 3 was being developed and homologated. He's left that role, and he's now joined Team 18 as team principal. Now, so that left this position open. That's going to be filled by Tim Edwards, who had been CEO of Tickford Racing for years and years and years. Now he's come on board as the new head of motorsport for Supercars. Who replaced him in that CEO role at Tickford? This guy here, Simon Brookhouse, who's vastly experienced in the world of sport. He in golf, in basketball, most recently the CEO of the recently bought in Tasmania Jack Jumpers. We all know how that's successful. That team's been in the NBL, and so now he's come in to build success over to Tickford for Supercars, And as I said, he's experienced this. He knows what to do in terms of bringing success to a team in sport. Hopefully, for me as a Chevy fan, hopefully not, bring success over to Tickford. Oh, excuse me. And there's been plenty of engineering changes as well throughout this. So of course, this guy here, Ludo Lacroix, he had been an engineer for DJR for the last 5 or 6 years. Of course, he was engineer for Scott McLaughlin when he won those Supercars championships, and recently engineered for Anton De Pasquale. I'll get to him in a sec. But he's now left that team and joined Premier Racing, which is one of the few acquisitions that the team has done. Chaz Mostert, different. He's been so many years where he's had Adam DeBore as his engineer. That's that partnership is no more. Adam is now an engineer, I think, in Super 2s, I think, and he's replacement Sam Scafidi, who's also vastly experienced as a Supercars engineer. For Anton De Pasquale, so out goes Ludo, as I mentioned earlier, and in comes Perry Kappa, who had a very important role in the homologation of the Ford Mustang Gen 3 cars. Now he's come on board as an engineer, for Anton. And and trust me, this next driver and engineer combination I want you to look out for, and that is Will Brown. Of course, Tom Moore, and since he's now moved out of Erebus, Tom Moore, he's no longer his engineer. By the way, Tom Moore is now going to be engineering Jack LeBrock. Now he's moved to Erebus, and his new engineer now is Andrew Edwards, who's vastly experienced as well. He knows how to engineer championship drivers. He's done that for so many years with Shane Van Gisbergen. And hopefully he does the same thing with Will Brown at Red Bull Ampol Racing. That is a driver and engineer combination, as I said, I want you to look out for in 2024. Now the juicy stuff, the driver changes. So firstly, Erebus reigning champion Brody Kostecki, he's out he's gone skis for round hopefully for round 1. Hopefully we'll see him at some point this year, and he's been replaced by Todd Hazelwood at Erebus. Now we move on to Red Bull Ampol Racing. Shane Van Gisbergen, you're gone. He's gone over to that. He's gone over to bigger and better things than NASCAR over in America. Of course, his replacement in Will Brown. Will Brown's replacement at Erebus is taken by Jack LeBrock, once upon a time a former Erebus enduro driver back when they were racing Mercedes-Benz E63 AMGs back in the day, back in 2015. LeBrock's replacement at Matt Stone Racing is Nick Percat. And you can see a bit of a trend here. His replacement at Walkinshaw and Andretti United is rookie and a guy who impressed massively in his season in Super 2 last year in Ryan Wood. He's a rookie to look out for, not only just for this year but also in the future as well. Down at Team 18, Scott Pye, he's gone. He's gone over the Red Bull Ampol Racing for the Enduros, and his replacement is David Reynolds. Now his replacement at Penrite Racing is of course Richie Stanaway. Richie Stanaway, or as some people call Richie Stanaway 2.0, because obviously it's his first full season in Supercars since 2019, and he's vastly been improved better than he was back then in 2019 when he was riding around for GRM. BRT, Todd Hazelwood, as I said earlier, he's gone over to Erebus. His replacement at number three cool drive car is rookie Aaron Love, who impressed in his Super 2 season, of course, winning one of the Super 2 races at Bathurst last year. That left the second. Of course, as I said earlier, BRT has a second car, and that will be driven by James Courtney, who also carries his sponsors Snowy River Caravans over with him to BRT. Of course, Declan Fraser, he's gone. He'll join with us as an enduro driver for BJR. I think it was been confirmed he will be driving with Andre Heimgardner in the enduros. And then the final change, obviously, for Brad Jones Racing, Jack Smith, quietly saying, "Thank God, he's gone. He's gone." And he's replaced by, ironically, his enduro driver for last season, Jackson Evans. He comes with him a very big, massive credentials, of course. Former Porsche Carrera Cup champion, race with various Porsche teams all over the world. So he even though he's vastly new to full time in supercars, he carries in a lot of pedigree in Porsche racing. Now, this is the big thing here. So 2013, I've always considered this the greatest supercar season ever. Look at these statistics here: 13 different race winners, 9 different pole winners, 17 different drivers finished on the podium in 2013, and the big thing which no one talks about from this 2013 season, down the bottom here, 14 different drivers started on the front row in races. That is something that no one's ever talked about. So yeah, I've always mentioned that this season was the greatest supercar season that this industry has ever had. Now you look at this. I've been a fan of supercars ever since I was little, since 2006. And that's been 18 years. It's been my 18th year now. I've been a fan of supercars, and trust me, I've never seen a field this open and this unpredictable ever. In all my time watching supercars, as I said, it's been a very long time. Any one of these guys can actually win the championship, or anyone that is not featured on this screen that can win the championship. So as it said here, unpredictable, and I think we're going to be in for the most open and most, as I said, it said at the top here, most unpredictable season of supercars we've all ever witnessed. This season is going to be an absolute cracker with a capital C.